Here on Mazone HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association, with head lacrosse coach Shelley Klaes-Bawcombe. And Coach, William & Mary match wrapped up the regular season. It was a tale of two halves for you. First one, a battle with the Tribe as they were celebrating Senior Day, but the second half you really came out and took control of the match for the win. Talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, I think you said it perfectly. William & Mary is a great team. They're learning a new mentality under their head coach. But I thought that, our team did a good job of showing its patience to allow the game to come to them. William & Mary is really strong on the draws. I believe they're second in the conference behind us. And in the first half, we were having to work through a lot of different matchups on the draw to try to find the answer. And the last draw of the first half was taken by Morgan Hart, and she did excellent in it, and we actually stuck with her the whole second half. So really pleased with our flexibility in the first half to find that option. And then, again, they're fast, they're physical, they have some, a good goalie in the cage, and I thought that it just took us a little bit to figure ourselves out, both on the offensive end and the defensive end. In the second half, worked on their mentality a little bit at halftime, and they came out really charged. They were polished, they were crisp on the attacking end. Our shot selection was really strong, and defensively, we just started eating up all the ground balls on the defensive end and not giving them second chances. So, really, really pleased with our effort against a strong team in William & Mary. I thought that was a dangerous game because it was their senior day. Their assistant coach knows our program really well. And they had nothing to lose, I kind of saw that as their CAA championship game, and really pleased with my team in their resilience and their consistency to be able to fight to the end of the game.
And through that, you talked about it, that first half they came out really strong. But you talked a little bit about the second half. What were some of the adjustments you looked to make with the team in the second half?
I just thought that, again, patience on attack. We were showing consistency on the defensive end, but then we got to pick and choose our chances. I thought picking and choosing what passing options we use inside the 8-meter and then when to take the shot. Our team is very strong offensively this year, and they have to be willing to do the work on the attacking end to create those chances instead of just taking the first thing that comes their way. So that composure piece and that decision-making piece, looking for the best chance instead of the first chance, is kind of our motto and what we've been working with mentally. But I thought players like Steph Finley and Jackie Gordon and Betsy Angel really stepped up for us and showed their poise and their composure to finish plays.
And speaking of Steph Finley, the CAA Player of the Week, 4 goals and an assist on 5 shots. She really played a big part in that win.
Yeah, it's been a tough year for her. She's seeing so many numbers come at her. Teams are trying to face guard her. They're trying to shut her off. They're trying to send quick doubles. They're just putting so much traffic around her. Nothing has come easy this year, but I'm really pleased with her willingness to show her resilience and to focus on her attitude. And when she has a strong attitude, she gets the results that she's looking for. And just trying to take some pressure off of her. Despite all that traffic, she's still playing a great game. She's still practicing on the draws. I still think she leads our team in draw controls. She's still showing great speed in the ride and winning the ball back for us in transition. And then on the attacking end, she's still being a goal-scoring threat. Whether or not she scores those goals or she draws the traffic and gets the ball to the backside to give somebody else a chance. And either way, she's completely effective for the Dukes this season.
Now you get ready. Regular season's done. Now we're to postseason. The rematch with Delaware. A really tight first battle. What do you expect out of this second matchup with the Blue Hens?
Well, I think that's an interesting question. I don't know what to expect. I think that I would be a fool to go in and think that it's going to be the same game for any reason, or the draw is going to be the same. Is the Delaware approach offensively going to be the same? Do they run their man? Do they run their zone? I mean, we've got to be ready for anything. And likewise for them, things that we need to clean up. Draw controls is always going to be important, and even though we beat them 9-6 in the first game, we've got to come hungry to win the draw. Defensively, we got to clean up some of our fouls. We had some contact fouls that I think we could limit. We had some shooting space fouls that I think we need to limit. We put them on the free position line 11 times. And we had a really strong performance. I think they were 2 for 11 in free position shots, but we got to assume they're going to be coming in wanting to finish those chances, so we can't give them so many. And then I think the ball was on the defensive end a lot because of our spacing and shot selection on the attacking end. You know, we've got to be more composed, and we've got to be willing to do the work, like I talked about, the attitude that they found in the William & Mary game. So, you know, I'm excited to see our team step up. And at this point in the season, it's crunch time. It's all about executing under pressure when the game is on the line. So, you know, I think that all the work that we've been doing mentally and physically, we are fresh, we are ready, we are excited, we have nothing to lose, and we're going for it.
Seniors, your seniors have been such an impact on this program. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you to address that leadership that they've shown, but also just how well they've performed this year as a group for you.
Yeah, I mean, all of them so consistent, you know. We hear a lot about our captains and, you know, Steph Finley and Allie Kerwin. Probably not as much about Lexi because she's a defender, and unfortunately that comes with the territory. But they've been the staple, you know, competitors within our program, and they deserve all the attention they get. But the other 3 are just as strong. I mean, Skylar Healy, I think, has had an excellent year. She's been really consistent for us. And, you know, I think that that's a credit to the work that she's put in this year. Hannah Verschoor, starting CAA play, really has come out of her shell, and I have really high expectations for her competitiveness and her hunger going into this weekend. Casey Starkloff, probably been one of our more consistent defenders all year long. She's showing her 5th-year status. She's really poised. She's really solid. And I think they give us so much depth on the defensive end, you know. Between Allie, Lexi, Skylar, Hannah, Casey, that's 5 of 8 players on the defensive end being seniors. And I think that's why we're winning so big. And why we have an opportunity to step up and you know, do it again against Delaware, and hope and pray that we have an opportunity to have one more chance beyond that game. So, you know, I'm looking forward to all of them proving their consistency and their stamina, and just sharing the opportunity to compete for JMU together as a senior group for this team.
And again, this weekend, the CAA Tournament, JMU takes on Delaware Friday at 7 o'clock in Newark, Delaware. You can check it out on CAA.tv. And then the championship game Sunday, 1 o'clock on the American Sports Network. For head coach Shelley Klaes-Bawcombe, I'm John Martin here on Mazone HD Sportsnet, presented by the JMU Alumni Association.